Princess Catherine private in public. What do you have to say about it now? This is to all the comments and all the conspiracy theorists out there who did not know. They're apologizing. They had no idea. You know what? Princess Catherine is not even angry about it. Princess Catherine, in my opinion, doesn't have any kind of negative bone in her body the way that I do. And I'm complaining about all those before theories. In the way that she sat herself on that bench in such vulnerable position with so much grace and so much strength, still thought of the rest of the people. If you have to wait until you're being spoon-fed with what's going on, and then you have to say, oh, I'm so sorry about everything. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm so sorry. How could you not have seen it before? We didn't know she was going through this. It doesn't mean that you have to go out and create stories that are unbelievable and hurtful and cruel. Observe photos from before that were being rejected. Why were they rejected? They were beautiful photos because they were edited. Are you kidding me? What better example of a royal act? Princess Catherine shines a light on humanity as only great actors can. Actors, not fakers. How can I, in this channel, from an acting interpretation, find a link? Do I have anything to say about her statement, her heartbreaking cancer diagnosis? I was moved as all of the other people were moved. Act, the word act, comes from Latin, has the root in Latin, and it means to do. It means to be. That's what acting is to me. Acting to me is not narcissistic. Acting to me is not fake. Acting to me is not pretend. So when I hear all these people talk about acting, give this word to people who do not earn it, who have not merited it. Stop. You're misunderstanding what acting is. That moment of Princess Catherine sitting on that bench in her private place on her own, she could have so easily brought Prince William, who she talked about in her speech, in her statement, the support that she gets from him. She could have made it so much easier for herself to have Prince William sit next to her on the bench, but she wanted to do it on her own. That was a perfect example of what's described in acting as public solitude. Public solitude is a revelation of your most private fears, most private challenges that are so specific to one person, to her in this case, they cannot but become universal and understood by all of us watching. That's why her statement was so moving. Of course, we were heartbroken to hear this from her. I don't think anybody saw this coming. Such a elegant, beautiful, healthy 42-year-old princess diagnosed with cancer. We look at other people's lives and we think, perfect life. What could go wrong? Nothing can go wrong. It hit us all in the face because it put us in front, face to face with our own mortality. You know, it is such a royal class act. She lived in those 2 minutes. Remember, act, to be, to behave, to do in the way that she, I felt, was using her hands in such a organic way to try to get over the next line and the moments that she took in between where she was breathing, looking down, trying to gather her strength, trying to cover the fear that I cannot even imagine she must be going through. the hope she has for everybody else, the selfishlessness. What an act of generosity. What an act of grace. What an act of elegance. What an act of dignity. What an act of vulnerability. If you show vulnerability, it means that you are a weak person. No, vulnerability comes from a place of courage. Princess Catherine embodies, encapsulated all of the great acts of all of the great people. I'm going to do this on my own. I can do this. And I have told my children that I am well and I'm getting stronger every day. The cover that she had and all of that was bubbling underneath, fear. What if it doesn't go the way that we now think everything is going to go? Stupid, I'm sorry to say, imbeciles. I'm going back and I'm looking at those and I'm thinking, for you to be on a platform where you are a commentator, where you can talk about other people, do you not have the instinctual understanding of character? Could you not have seen the reason she did not come out for such a long time? The reason there were not more news about what was happening with the princess must have been because she was going through something that was much graver medically. We want to have you tell us what is going on. Well, great acting in the way that Princess Catherine has comported herself has shown you what great is. Did you want her to change all of a sudden and to play to you, to play to the audience, to bring in the narcissistic side of others, to be able to put your guard down? I'm coming to you, frail, putting out the message and reminding everybody who is going through a similar heartbreaking situation that they are not alone. The video when she was coming out of the market with Prince William and she was walking, carrying a bag, they had to go on and they had to say, that is not her, that is a double, that is a double. I'm sure the one in Montecito would have loved to have anybody say that about her. In her understanding of acting, that would have been a compliment. She needs a double because she is an actress. Leave her alone. I said all these things even before the announcement. Acting is not putting on an act. That's the misconception. That's the misunderstanding. She is doing it. She is the creative being in the royal family. She is the one. Holly Hunter says, you put your nightmares up there, you put your dreams up there, and people can see them better because they can stand outside of it and recognize themselves inside it. Throughout the work of actors, we discover we're not alone in our struggles, dreams, curiosities, joys, longings, fears, shame, and doubts. As Stella Adler, one of the most important acting teacher in the history of acting, as Stella Adler once said, life beats down and crushes the soul, and art reminds you that you have one. Prayers to the royal family, to Princess Catherine. Thank you so much to so many of you who subscribed. I feel bad saying that right now because I feel it's the least important thing. But I just want to take a moment and say thank you to everybody who somehow the last video on my channel did the best of all. So thank you for finding it. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for subscribing. Your generosity and your kindness to my channel and to me means so much. Please let me know what you think of the beautiful act of grace of Princess Catherine illuminating humanity. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Mwah, mwah.